Hello, welcome back. Here I am for number 3 today in a row, which had stretched out over 3 days that are long down the road because I'm ahead of schedule quite a bit, which is a good thing. I know some people might like to be right up to date with me, but the only way I could do that, and that's if I was able to make a living doing this, right now. I have to get scheduled way ahead. Even then, I'd still want to be ahead. I wouldn't mind letting out a current video in between every so often as I'm putting other ones out. But I need to get ahead because if I have to start working another job, which I'll do, I ain't afraid of work. Heck, I worked at a Foundry for 2.5 years, but and I'm not afraid to work. I've worked hard all my life, but I'm doing what God's telling me to do. But now I'm getting ready to maybe do what God told me not to do. Because I got to make money. That's how I feel. But God has shown me I haven't had to, because just following where He's guiding me, He's provided. But I just can't take this beating no more. I'm a human being living in the world of the flesh and society, and it's just getting too tough mentally for me. So now, working and making money, that'll buy me a little breathing room, but ain't solving the problem, that's for sure. It ain't gonna make me financially free, and then I'm stuck, working and not doing God's work. And it's just a big difference, That means because it's too hard to, I don't mean to sound like a cop-out, but to try to work and do something like this and make videos. I mean, even though, and I'm doing this the easiest way possible by just turning on the camera and not recording cut after cut and having to put that all together different ways and stuff. By me just turning it on, letting it go, and stopping at the end of it, makes it so much easier in editing, and that still takes time. That still takes time just doing it this way. To do it the way a lot of channels are doing it, where they're cutting out the in-between stuff and shortening it up and all this other stuff. There's so much time in editing. And the other thing I like that I'm not doing that, it makes it flow, streamline it a little bit more, but it also makes this channel more real and raw, because I ain't cutting out none of the stuff in between. If I start crying because I get all emotional, there it is, or if my eyes start welling up because I'm talking about an emotional subject, I might pause, and while I'm trying to gather myself, there might be that boring delay of dead air, but it's real. It's real. Probably good to have something real in this crazy world of AI that's coming. Oh my goodness gracious. It's all another thing that's kind of a shocker. Hopefully it turns out to be a good thing and doesn't put a dent in society too much, God is real, I promise you. As much as I'm getting whooped and hurting in life and going through these challenges, there is a reason for it. God is real. I don't know what the reason is, but there is one. And I don't know, but I think this camera might be getting lumped on, because I'm seeing it do some weird flashy stuff on the screen while I'm recording here. So I don't know how long it's going to last, but I do think this camera's maybe on its way out, because I never had to do this kind of stuff before. So it's got to do with the battery, I'm sure that's what it is. The age of the battery and stuff. So, but I'm glad it's running now and that I'm still recording. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do. Hopefully it's going to last enough to get me to 500. It's not like I have to get to 500, but, I mean, come on, it's a nice even number. And after 500, maybe I get to do another 500. I don't know, but it ain't going to be with this camera, I don't think. We'll see how far, if I can get to 500 and how far I can get past it with this camera. I have to get a battery for it or something. Well, the good thing is that I've been making these videos and getting them programmed out, so I've got videos. Right now it's June 7th, and I've got videos through July right now, I do believe. So that's another month away that I've got videos already scheduled and uploaded. And I got more to upload yet here that I've done, and I've got a few more to edit yet. So that's a good thing. I never would have dreamed, for one, that I'd be on camera as much as I am. Not at all. I didn't want to be on camera, so that's an amazing feat in itself. And then to put out so many dang videos, and the amount of time I have, and there's good stuff in them. I know there's boring stuff in them too, but about life and my relationship with God and sharing who I am, which is the best way to show my faith that I know, is being me. Which is pretty good, because then I'm not reading, not that I'm knocking the Bible or books or whatever, but that way I'm not reading somebody else's experience or what the Bible says and stuff. And that's a good thing, the Bible. I'm not knocking the Bible in any way, shape, or form, and you should go to the Bible, But the thing is I'm trying to share who I am, because I know God is real. I know it. No matter what's going on in my life, I know God is real. I know it. I've just experienced Him too much in my life in some of the most mind-blowing, amazing ways that I know He's real. No one could ever take that from me. So, as for this whooping I'm taking, I don't know what it is. I don't know what the reason is, but part of what's supposed to happen for some reason. It's all part of life and living. Everybody lives a different path, whether it's believers or non-believers, And I feel bad for the non-believers. They don't believe now, but they'll become a believer at one point or another. Hopefully before they pass on. Then it's a little late. Yeah. You can't expect to pass on and then all of a sudden you leave this life and all of a sudden you're like, oh wow, this is all real. Well, I'm sorry, if I would have known this, well, that's the whole point. The information's there for you. It's up to you to search it and get as close to God as you can to have that faith. I can't do it for you. I can share who I am, and hopefully by sharing who I am, you can see or feel that light in me, and hopefully that helps guide you on your own search for your relationship with the Lord. Because I can't just take what I know and just put it in you. I wish I could, because if I could take it and go and throw it into you, you'd be amazed. You'd be like, whoa. Even if you're a believer, you'd be amazed at everything that I've been through in my life. If I could take all those experiences that took me from believing in God's existence to knowing God's existence, or believing in God and having a relationship with Him or the Lord. And I don't know how to. I just don't have no way to put that into words. All I can do is keep sharing me, and hopefully it shines through. And knowing that these videos have already helped some people, it's all been worth it. Even the crap I'm going through now. But please, Lord, can't you lighten the load? Can we change this now? Haven't I gotten beaten up enough? Oh, man. Oh, man, oh, man. And I know this beating I'm going through, I'm not alone. And there's people out there that got it way worse than me. I know that. And everybody's got their own challenges they go through in life. So mine ain't any worse than anybody else's. Because there's people that I think I haven't got friends in that I got friends that so many people that turn to me for strength and energy, which is part of what drains me sometimes. But I'll always do my best to be there for them. I got to learn to budget that out a little better now, because I really know God's sending me on something bigger. I just know it, which hasn't happened yet, but I think I'm in the process of that. And so I got a budget. All these people that turn to me for stuff, and it ain't money, that's for sure. But yeah, I do have gifts God's given me. That's why all these people come to me or want to be around me or follow me or hunt me down, or it's happened throughout my whole life. When I used to go camping up at I'll have to hurry up and end this so I can get to another video. But when I used to go camping at my aunt's property, all the years as a kid going up there, I had my other cousins and stuff. They'd bring friends with on certain weekends and stuff to go camping at. Never did I bring friends up there. Once, more than once. I had a couple friends eventually later on down the after somewhere in my 20s to 30s. Finally, there was a couple different friends I brought up there on a weekend to hang out and experience it. One of them is still a really good friend of mine. The other one, I thought was a really good friend, and I tried it throughout my whole experience with him to always have that honor and be there for him. So, but no, behind the back stuff happened, and God showed me it all. And it sucks, but it is what it is. It's kind of weird how I handle things now. Because the old me, when I found all that stuff out, I'd have been throwing fists or something, God already let me know through all this beating I'm taking. God let me know I didn't have to worry. He's going to take care of it all. He told me that all the people that have done me wrong or are doing me wrong, that they will repent or they will experience Him. And He told me it so strong, I know it's true, and I've already seen it happening. And not that I wish it to happen to anybody, but that was God taking it out of my hands, so I didn't, lose my temper or get into those fights of trying to defend my name, or who was doing what behind my back, or who was stealing from me and all that stuff. Believe me, I wanted to fight back, but God told me no. God said no, so He said, leave it to me. You keep moving forward. You keep following this path, and this path has been brutal. And He said there'd be more bumps. He said it was all going to work out. He said there'd be some more bumps in the road. Well, I went over them bumps, Lord. Did I make it past some bumps? I hope so. Because I don't know how much more of this I can deal with. It's tough. But I know it's all part of the plan. I'm just feeling it because it's been stretching out so long. And I keep looking back over the years and the different things He's helped me through. So I know he's. Like I said, I know there's a reason. I don't like it because I am really on my slim threads, today anyway, and the last few weeks, but today I'm really, 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 really feeling it, I just want to throw in the towel, and I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna throw in the towel because that's not who I am. I am a warrior for the Lord, but I hope he's not gonna let me keep battling on my own here, even though I know I'm not battling on my own. I know I'm not. That's just my emotions speaking. But I just don't know how much more of this I can do without starting to do stuff that I feel is disobeying God. And it's really hard for me. I've been holding out for a long time now, doing every step. I've been having God guide me, and I'm feel like I'm getting ready to step in a different direction because it's just that frustrating. So hopefully something will happen quick and I'll see the light or something. Oh, hey, there's the sun. I'm just playing. God bless you. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you on the next one.